Good morning and good evening, friends. Thank you for joining today's session. So, as usual, we are doing the book session, and today we'll go to the chapter 6. So, let me share the slides. So, those who joined, the book we are discussing is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So, the chapter 6 is the three brains: thinking, doing, and being. We also have did a session on this, but today we'll understand more deeper. The author explains how these three brains work and how meditation can help us, to actually go into that being state very natural and easily. So, three brains, right? See, the author says the human brain, is a very powerful tool where everything is there in these brains. It's just how we use it. The main transformation can happen if we understand the three components of this brain: is thinking, feeling, and being. So once we understand this, then meditation can truly help us, to transform ourselves or be the new identity that we want to create for our own self. So the change entails the new ways of thinking, doing, and being. See, all the process, anything that we learn, right? It's always start with, learning, and then we ultimately practice that. And then we create that habit or the identity or being with that. Here he also gives an example of driving the car. Initially, we learn, how to about the car, how it works, and then how we start practicing the driving and everything. And ultimately, after a few days, without much effort, we can easily drive, right? Even if you're talking in phone or we are busy, we know when to turn. That naturally happens. The same way, when we just by our thoughts, right? Just by thinking and feeling, we can begin that change within us. And the mind can truly help us to learn quickly because the neuroplasticity, right? It's allow us to, you know, learn and rewrite and form the new circuit at any age. We always think, only young people can recollect or learn things faster. But when we practice more and more meditation, the neuroplasticity get increased. So anyone, even older people, can learn new things very easily. So when we learn new things and we stop being the old self or we don't repeat, the past behavior patterns or the past thoughts, then ultimately those get weakened. So whatever the new learnings are there, we operate from the new thinking or the new behavior. And that becomes the ultimate habit and it becomes a personality. So here, as you see in the brain, the image, the three main components: the neocortex, the limbic system, and the cerebellum. The neocortex, the frontal lobe, which is for the learning and all, right? From thinking to doing, the neocortex process knowledge, then prompt us to live what we learned. The neocortex is also called the conscious mind, right? So whenever we learn something, the neocortex processes that information and it gives us new ways to, perform or practice. Right? Whenever we learn something, we have a lot of ideas. We get, oh, okay, I can do this way or I can practice in this way. And we can absorb things faster because this functions learning, reasoning, planning, and imagining. Everything happens here in the brain. The first stage is acquiring knowledge. So knowledge builds the neural connections. The more we learn new things, our brain forms a neural circuits. But again, just not by learning, but the more we practice and practice, we use that information again and again, the connections forms more stronger. If we don't use them, then after a few days or few weeks, we can forget that information or we can lose that, right? So knowledge creates potential for future creation. So knowledge is for the mind. If you think just, okay, because I learned new things, it will allow me to make the transformation, or it will make me create that new identity, that's not possible because it's just the information. And it only helps the mind to learn or to process the information. But we have to do something more to go into that being state, right? This is the first part, learning. That's how it allows the mind to generate new ways. But that doesn't mean that we will be changing just by learning something or getting some information. So, from new events to new emotions, the limbic brain produces chemicals to help us remember the experience. So, now we have learned the information, we have the knowledge. So, when any situation comes, when we apply that information, the knowledge, right? Whenever some triggers come, or whatever, then what happens when we apply this information, then we are creating the new experience in the body. So based on that experience, the body produces the chemicals, right? And it's make sure that the way the mind is thinking or the information is there, we are feeling the same way. So it produces some chemicals, and that's how this experience will be stored in the limbic system, that is a subconscious mind. So experience activates emotion and producing chemicals. So emotions are the end product of the experience, right? When we have thoughts or when we do something, information, how we are perceiving that based on that feelings or emotions, then the experience will be stored in the brain. So emotion signals the body and influences the gene activity. Even that produces a new gene expressions based on emotions and feelings. The body can produce new genes also. That's how a lot of people have healed their health issues. Even in one of the chapter, the author explains there was a person named Bill. He was, diagnosed by the cancer. But ultimately, by changing his thoughts, how he felt about it, he strongly felt that I will able to heal that. And he did mental rehearsals as he's very healthy. He's walking and doing things and all. Ultimately, he was able to cure his illness and come out of that cancer. So everything is possible just by, you know, uh, how we feel. The emotions can create the new gene expression. We always think that genes are biological, we cannot change them, but with the thought process and emotions, we can change. So emotion strengthens the memory and its experience for the body, right? So the wisdom or the information is for the mind, but when we have any experience out of that information, then it is stored in the body. The body remembers based on the experience, how we feel, how we felt about that. So experience is very important for the body. So here, from thinking and doing to being, the cerebellum stores habitual thoughts, attitudes, and behavior. So now we have information, we had an experience, the emotions, and then whenever any situation comes, it triggers come, and how we are reacting from there, how we are behaving. Are we behaving from this new information or from the old patterns? So once we start from the new patterns, then that becomes the ultimate our habit, our behavior, right? The new information will become a new habit. So cerebellum, that is the subconscious mind, it stores the habits, skills, emotions, and reactions. Repetition makes the behavior automatic. The more we practice, the more we do that, then naturally we do, right? We do many things in our day-to-day life. So every time when we learn something new, we have to put our mind, we have to pay attention and focus and do things. But after a few days, without the mind interference, the body knows, what it should do, how it should do. So it will take that lead. So no need of mind interference. That becomes automatic. So being is body knows better than the mind. And non-declarative memory is the second nature, right? It becomes the second nature of the body. A real life example of the three brains in action, right? So when we learn anything, the compassion builds circuit in the neocortex, right? When we learn a lot of wisdom, the neocortex, it activates. It allows us the focus, attention, awareness. The more and more we learn, then what happens is lowers the other regions, and the frontal lobe gets activated so that we get a new ideas and everything. And then the old triggers, it doesn't allow the past, you know, um, memories or the past information that is there. So we always, whatever the new information is there, we start operating from there. We feel because that thought is there in active right now, as it's fades the other organs, doesn't allow the subconscious mind and other things to become active. When we are focused on learning something new, the neocortex is very active. So when the thought is there, whatever the new information we are learning, then automatically based on the thought, we produce the emotions related to that. So old triggers active old emotional patterns. Awareness interrupts. So when we are aware, when we are learning and focused completely, then we are operating from that new things, new information. So the mental rehearsal installs new neural pathways. The more we are in this present moment, that forms a strong connection, and from there the new identity begins. So based on that new thought, we create the emotions, and from that emotions, again, the body creates the hormones or chemicals it produces, and then that will be stored. And that becomes a habit. So that's how, it moves from learning to doing to being. That becomes a ultimate habit. So normally, to learn anything, to process anything, we go through these three process. The first step is learning, then doing, and then ultimately the being state. So, embodying knowledge through experience, teaching the body what mind has learned. Conscious action creates a new experience, right? See, whenever some triggers come, we know, right? Even though we have learned the information, we know, okay, we shouldn't react in this way. But sometimes, if someone says something or some situation happens, by default, you know, we that reaction will come naturally. And when you are aware, okay, you know that okay, I shouldn't react, so you'll be calm and you will respond in a good way. But internally, you are still not yet calm. The things happen, right? You are still emotionally, you are triggered, but you're not showing it externally. But when both happens together, right, internal, external, then only that will be stored. That habit will be formed. Unless it's just a mere, practice without any emotions. You're just, trying to respond in a good way, but internally you are still feeling the same. The change has not yet happened. So new experience generate new emotion. Unless you feel, then it has to generate the emotion. If the emotion is same and just you're trying to respond in a different way, then the change will not happen. So you have to feel from inside. So emotion conditions the body, and the body relax. When you operate from this new thought, then slowly your heart also get relaxed. You're no longer stressed out. You're no longer in anxiety. You're no longer in a revenge mode, right? Then the body and mind aligns and the knowledge becomes embodied. Then you're actually practicing or you're living that knowledge or the information. It has to be naturally, it happen without much effort. Initially, you will practice, but ultimately, it has to be effortless. Then only the change will happen. Unless it will be just, if you keep on practicing just by in words, but unless you have that emotions, then the change will not happen. So both the mind and body has to align. That means the thought and emotion both has to align. The two brains have taken you from thinking to doing, but can you create a state of being? Right? So just now, as we saw in the past slide, the same. The two brains, the first one, it helps us to, learn or think something new. And then the second one allows us to feel. We practice. But can we go into the being state? So one experience is not mastery. If one or two times, if you have, created a new response, that doesn't mean that you are not operating from the past patterns or old beliefs. It's just you are aware. The moment, the third or fourth time, if you lose this awareness, and again you'll go back to old self and you will operate from the old patterns. So the first two brains are working, but to go into the being state, you have to, feel and align yourself the more and more. It has to become the habit, right? So can you remain compassionate regardless of triggers? Okay, one or two times if you say, okay, I have responded differently, that doesn't mean the change, right? Might be the triggers come later on. So it has to become your natural state. External condition no longer control reaction. The state of being defines identity. So this has to be practiced more and more. It's not that easy, even though you have the information, you have the feeling and all, but the continuous practice has to be there. Then only you can move to the being state, the final state. If you can master suffering, you can just easily master joy also. Many people, without knowing, they always create a lot of things, right? They want something, they want happiness, they want abundance, they want to create a lot of things, but they always think, negative emotions. They think, oh, like, it's not working for me or I can't do this. And they create that suffering for themselves. If we are master in this negative emotions, we are creating this negative, you know, um, outcome for us, then we can definitely, by changing our thoughts, by changing our emotions, we can create the positive environment for us. We can easily master joy also. It's just in our thoughts, the way we think and feel. It's in our hand. If we think positive, then we can create the positive outcome for ourselves, right? And joy, the more we practice the joy, compassion, and gratitude, then definitely that will lead to a positive outcome. Repetition leads to automatic elevated states. The more you practice, you naturally go into the being state. So your practice is very important. Even the mental rehearsals, if someone says something, you don't need to go and say sorry to them. Even in your mental rehearsal, right? I'm having a good relationship with that person. I'm speaking with them, or they are responding to me in a nice way. I'm getting the job, I'm doing that interview well. Whatever you want, you can just, create that emotion positively for yourself. The more you rehearsal, or imagine that way, then you can easily create that outcome. If you think negative, then the negative, things will happen to you. So progression is knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Knowledge is there, but experience you have to create, right? Then only it will turn into the wisdom. That means the being state. Otherwise, the knowledge will be this like that. Experience also you need to feel or experience. Otherwise, it cannot turn into wisdom. It will just be a mere practice. When you will truly experience that, when your thought and your emotions align, then only you can experience that. If you just have feeling and no thought, you cannot, think about it, then only you cannot create any experience. If you just have thought and no emotions, also you cannot create. Both should be there to experience that. Even in manifestation or anything they say, right? You have to think and feel about it. So emotions play an important role here. So progressions to a state of being, the role of a two memory system. So your author explains the two memory system. The first one is declarative memory, which is a knowledge and experience that is operated from a neocortex. And the non-declarative memory, that are habits, skills, and automatic reactions and all, which is mostly from the subconscious mind, right? So here in the diagram, he shows how we are moving from, thinking to feeling and that ultimate being. The first one is knowledge, then experience and automatic skills, right? Whatever we learn, the new things, we create emotions, and then with the practice, it ultimately becomes our habit, attitude, and everything. So the knowledge is processed from the neocortex, the experience is coming from the limbic brain, and ultimately the being state is coming from the cerebellum. So these are the three stages or three steps that how the information is being processed, whatever we are learning, and that ultimately helps us to transform that new person. So going from a thinking straight to the being, a parallel to meditation. So now we are saying there are three steps. So here author is saying we can move directly from thinking to being without the much of the practice. Just by when you do meditation, you can easily move from thinking to being. Thought alone can create a state of being. Body responds to imagined experience as real. See, when you imagine the future, you know, being grateful for that, as we said many times, right? Our brain or body doesn't know the difference between the things actually happened or we are imagining or thinking about it. The moment the thought comes, the moment, we feel about it or we think about it, then the body produces the chemicals to match the thought with the brain. So it actually feels that it's happening right now. The same thing happens in stress. When we are in stress, even there is a no physical danger, this way our thoughts, we are creating that situation for us. The body goes into fight or flight mode, right? So everything can happen with a thought. So the body responds to the imagined experience as real. Meditation install the new neural circuits. The more we practice meditation, what happens? It drops analytical mind. So whatever we are learning or we are thinking, the new things, it will easily go into the subconscious mind without much practice or practical application. Thought plus feelings must be coherent, right? You should have the feeling and the thoughts about it without practicing, without, even the situation has happened or not, how you're reacting or responding. Just by a thought and feelings, you can create the new outcome. You can directly be into that being state. That meditation will help us. It's a kind of shortcut, you can say. Unless we practice multiple times, we experience things, we change our habits, we do a lot of things, and only we can move to that being state. But when we have the thought and feelings, emotions, then easily when we do this meditation, these information is over, reprogrammed in a subconscious mind very easily. We saw in the brainwave states also, right? When we do meditation, we can easily access the subconscious mind. Otherwise, it's not that easy. Even in sleep, we are not sure unless you go into deep sleep state, you cannot access your subconscious mind. So feeling the future now, change the identity. New state of being creates the new reality. So friends, I hope this was helpful. So the key takeaways from this chapter today, what we learned, change happens through the three brains working together. That is the thinking, doing, and being. The thinking brain learns new ideas and possibilities. The emotional brain, which is second one, converts the experience into feelings and chemistry. And the subconscious brain memorizes the repeated states as a habit and identity. The real change occurs when mind and body become one through repetition. A new state of being creates a new personality, a new personal reality also. From the personality, you create the new reality for yourself. So, some of the points to reflect: what habit or reaction I am ready to unlearn or you want to change? Just think about it. And then just, imagine or visualize about it, what the change you want to do, and try to learn wisdom about it. With wisdom, practice, and doing, you can easily change that habit. And also, this meditation will help you a lot. And what new state of being do I want to practice daily? So, you want to change a habit, but what you want to change it? You need to know the both, right? You have to unlearn one thing and you have to learn something new. Then only you can change the habit. So, what new state of being do I want to practice daily? Think about this and reflect. So, thank you, friends. I hope this was helpful. See if anyone has any questions or want to share anything, or you can unmute yourself. Or else we'll go to the meditation first and then we'll take the questions. So, friends, I know by now you are used to this meditation, and the posture is very simple. You can sit on the chair or sofa or anywhere. Take a comfortable posture and just observe your in breath and the out breath. Close your eyes, clasp your hands as you see in the picture, and cross your leg at ankle. We are, closing our senses, our eyes, our hands, and legs so that the energy is circulating within us. We are not going external. We are not seeing anything. We are not, you know, worried about external things, but we are going deeper within ourselves. We are trying to understand our own self. So meditation helps us to realize our own self. So sit comfortably and follow the guidance, and we'll do this meditation. Dear friends, sit comfortably, close your eyes, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, observe your normal, natural breath. Don't forcefully inhale or exhale. Just observe your in-breath and the out-breath. As you observe your breath, mind becomes empty. We go into the thoughtless state. Be with your breath, dear friends. Our goal is to empty the mind and go deeper and deeper in the meditation. Observe the breath, dear friends. Let thoughts come and go. Don't analyze. As you observe the breath, the mind becomes empty. Go deeper and deeper inside you. Feel the emptiness inside and around you. Experience what's happening inside you. At this point, bring your attention back to your body. Recollect your experiences. What did you see and what did you feel? Let's express gratitude, dear friends. Gratitude to our parents, teachers, and mentors. Gratitude to our family members, friends. Gratitude to Mother Earth, plants and animals. Last but not least, gratitude to this technology and all the devices which we are using. And whenever you are ready, place your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds and then slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. Hope you all had a good meditation. If you want to share anything or ask any questions, you can unmute yourself. Friends, today we did the session. Tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, US time, we'll have only the meditation, the weekend. So just join at 9:30 p.m. and we'll have a 30 minutes of meditation. Yes, Chandraji, want to share?
Good evening. Thank you, Purvaji. I couldn't come in the beginning, and because it's so interesting book, I don't want to miss it. So I want to read it personally, spend more time on it, because all these concepts looks, when you are doing it, when I see it, it looks very understandable. It's a very logical, it goes so good, but it is very, really, my brain is tired, it's confusing. So what one point came into my mind that's in my meditation. When you said the three functions of the three brains or something, when the mind and the body, when they are super tired, they are worn out or just down, the brain cannot do anything. The brain's function. It cannot make them think, or it cannot influence the thought. I try to experiment it on me and see whether, because whatever, even simple things, it is hard to find a solution or what's it happening. Serious thinking cannot come and touch your, um, the state of mind. Because sometimes I don't know, sometimes that happens if it is too sleepy state, or not sleepy, very closed state. Other than that, it was really a good topic, but it is, I don't know how you did it. I need more, for at least 3 times more to go through this. And
That's when the meditation helps, right?
yeah, that's the only it's a solution for it. It's a savage, or the refuge is
Yeah.
meditation.
See, initially the author is saying this is the process, this is how our mind, brain works and everything, but ultimately he says meditation will actually help, in the entire process. Or the, so
Yeah,
that's
it will happen, and we don't need to even think about these things. It will automatically flow.
flow.
That's good, encouraging, and comforting. That I don't need to remember all the things, but they are
That's,
absolutely logical,
mm,
beautifully coming. But my brain is too tired, so it takes time to grasp what it is saying, the essence of it. It's other than that, it's a really good system. The repetition creates the emotional identity. Can you just explain, say it, clarify it? What do you mean by that? I don't, I'm not, I'm seeing it differently. So,
See, if you want any future identity, right, you want to become this person, or, I should be like that. When you think about it more and you feel, I'm doing good, I'm healthy, you feel that emotion, then definitely you'll create an identity, you'll be healthy and all. But most of the time we do the same, right? We recollect the past experiences, what happened earlier. We think, we
mm-hmm.
feel about it. That's how our current reality is, right? That's how we are creating those situations for us. So what for anything, the thoughts and emotions are important. If you want to change, you have to think about it and then you have to feel the same about it. If you just think, I have to become so and so or I have to do this, the feeling also should be there. Unless it won't, the transformation will not happen just by thought.
Yeah, that is true. It is more just aping that person's identity. It's more of transformation.
Yes. The
Yeah,
thought is the
that makes the
thought, your mind will change, but
creates the,
body to
yeah,
feel that emotion, then only it will release the chemicals so that you can feel and that how it aligns, he said.
yeah. That's good enough. That's good.
Mhm. Yes, see, many times we want something, we want to transform or we want to be healthy. We think, okay, I have to be healthy. But inside, again, the feeling is there, oh, I can't do this. My body will not support. If you're feeling the emotion is not there, then if you're thinking, okay, I have to, change
Yeah,
myself or I have to be healthy, then feeling should become, yes, I'm doing that. I'm becoming very,
yeah.
my health
That is
feeling should be there. For any,
that is true.
yes, both together will work.
Yes, I would like to add. Yeah, thank you, Chandraji. Thank you, Purva. Yeah, definitely. So when we attach, the emotions are very important when we want to, for the past emotions. Most of the time we recollect the past emotions, any bad things happen. But the same emotions, if you can think about, good emotions, you can create a new future. You can really change that. That is the author clearly explains. And this chapter, thinking, doing, and being. So
Being,
it's very tough, right? It's very challenging for everybody. Learning, we are thinking,
yeah,
we think, but how to apply that in our day-to-day life? That is the main challenge. The implementing things are not easy. Being in this society or being at workplace or being with all these things, and then that we have to apply and experience that, and then being with it. So, so meditation, we all know that, right? Meditation helps you to reprogramming your subconscious mind and then create a new neural circuits and will become a new person. The same thing here, once we are completely with that being in the state, so you can see the actual change. So you have to disconnect the past patterns and then create a new feature. So Arthur clearly explains, but these scientific words, once we know the science behind it, how it works, thinking, doing, being. So when we do meditation, oh, okay, I'm changing and mentally I'm changing, and I can do that. So I can create my own reality that we will think. So we don't need to remember all these words, but at least we know that we have three brains. How we can do the uh, frontal lobe. These things. Once we understand slowly, then we can apply those, and then we can be with that in the 24/7. Solely that, but it is not easy, right? So with
Yeah.
meditation, we can achieve. So meditation helps you to be in that state. Whatever you learn in the knowledge, and that will become a wisdom. So that author clearly explains that how it becomes a wisdom, and how we are being with that. So yeah, it's the one more great chapter. Each chapter is very, very important. So friends, when you get time, just listen again.
Yeah.
When we listen multiple times, when you read, the understanding is different. If you read today and tomorrow, you'll understand in different with the same chapter. So once you get time, you just listen the chapter in YouTube or read. If you don't get time, read. Then just go through the summary of the chapter. You will understand more. And if you have any questions, we can discuss in the next session. You can ask Apurva about any questions. That is main thing, right? Once we have, because everyone have definitely, we can't understand 100% once we read that chapter. There are so many points are there, but
Yeah.
once we read multiple times or listen, and then when we create a questions, so then again, our brains will think, we will think in a new way, right? So I want to understand more, and your new neural circuits will create. You will think differently. So that is what, try to read the book or listen the book and come up with questions if possible, so that everyone can benefit out of it. Thank you, Chandraji. Thank you, Apurva.
One question I have
Mhm.
is where is this recording? This record goes. Do we have the record of this session?
Yes, yes. I will share it.
Share it, because I want to today, even yesterday and today. Can you send me? So I will read it in my flight tomorrow. So I want to get that.
Sure, Chandraj, I will.
And yeah,
Yeah, we'll miss you, but I hope you'll join from India. Yes.
yeah, I want to join from New Jersey tomorrow. Definitely. I already told them. And then India is morning time. Is that morning? Yes.
Morning.
Except that wedding time, I can't. But before that, for 2 days, I want to really, it's a hotel, we can do it, no problem. And I want to just tell even Ramesh and you both, I am going to attend here in New Jersey on a Zoom, one of the body and mind summit, because Josh, my daughter, is giving a talk. It's about all the physicians and psychologists, mental health providers. They are all matching, and so many. I registered today. She wants me to register, and I'm going to be participating in one of the other some Zoom different meetings, not with Josh, but I'm different. I want to be. She said, "No, don't come to mine." So I'm going to different ones, and it is really interesting topics.
Great.
But Kundalini and stuff, I don't want. It says Kundalini Yoga, and you go into that. I'm not for that. But there is body and mind, body and thoughts. So it says, give a good quotation, one quote, whatever you think of it. We have to fill the form. It's a long form. I put it, the thoughts and feelings create the reality. That's my quote. And Josh immediately calls me and asks me, Mom, thoughts, we always tell the people, we don't encourage them that for the patients. When they do the therapy, your thoughts create reality, means they want to persist in their own, whatever thoughts they have, they want to do it. They don't want to change. That's what they will take it. I said, no, that's not for you. This is for meditators. And then it was asking, I mentioned even how do you come and what is your status as meditator? So I put it there. I am a retired person and strongly now involved and trained in mindfulness meditation by Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, Bangalore, India. I put that whole thing, let it get spread around. That's I want to just share with you. I got excited about it. We have to do the meditation too on the Zoom. Let me tell you whatever happens, anything interesting. I'll connect them to you.
Sure.
Somebody.
Yeah, please share the details,
Mm.
Yes.
Even I too felt the same. Like I have to go through several times in order to completely or to get thorough understanding.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Because this is the first time. And Apurvaji, like you are understanding and you're making a presentation out of it, and you're thoroughly understanding and presenting it. And you have been through the book in and out of it. So it's different. You know everything compared to us.
Yes.
So we have to go through several times. And even I don't know, like I may have questions, I may come up later, but then I have to think.
Yeah, whenever you have, please do ask, because I have attended some of the sessions. No, I read this book and a few of the other books, right? You Are the Placebo and all. So all are mixed combination of the knowledge. Now when I read, I'm easily able to understand. But when I started earlier, 3, 4 years back, I couldn't read this book. Only a few things I read, but now I think my understanding level is different. But I hope I'm able to, convey, my understanding
Yes,
is
yes.
different, but if I'm able to properly convey the message, that's also a different thing, right? Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
You are getting like Chandra sir too.
you. Hopefully. Not that.
It flows like anything. I'm seeing. She is Jyoti, the madam is so correct. It's coming, flowing like anything. I said, this girl, is she memorized the whole thing? How is she doing this? I'm just looking at you. But in that, sometimes I'll tell you, you just, in your own involvement, you are going one by one faster. Ding, 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 next one, next one. I said, no, I'm not going to write. I want to read it by myself. So I was looking at it. Because you say it, I understand. If I were you, I would also do that. Because once I start, it will go.
Yes.
So that's where it is. So you have a very ease with that. It flows.
And there is a time limitation as well, right? Like within this stipulated time, you have to finish that.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Well,
is me and you, we both are great.
even if I have to give the summary, that's different. But here, each and every paragraph or
Paragraph is
whatever
important.
the author is in the book, right? I'm each and every paragraph I'm going through so that the continuation is there. The
Awesome.
flow of the chapter is there, but because of the time and all. But
Very
I'm
good.
just
You
getting
give
the
good.
essence, like how it's working. But I think, again, we need to read, just by listening.
We give you 5 kudos today. Good job.
Thank you. Yes, sir. But the wisdom is very important. Even I felt, that's why I'm doing these sessions, especially mostly on the books. Because earlier I did concepts and all, but unless we read books, we
Yes, you can't do
can
this.
understand the
Yes,
concepts even better. That's what my personal experience.
exactly.
And that's why
It's going to be so good for you to
yes,
get so many going in. The repetition brings the knowledge.
knowledge. See, I
I'm
think my frontal lobe is getting activated now. Then
yeah. That's great.
Yes.
So you read books through like through e-reader or like physical books?
No. I have the physical book and the PDFs. I go through them.
Okay.
Because I read the chapter, then I prepare the slides, what are the key points I have to keep. So even, it's going very easily, I have to uh, prepare, right? How I'm going to tell what points. Then I think twice or thrice I'm recollecting the same thing. So the flow is easily, I think I'm getting along that.
Culture forms, the
Yes.
book culture. So you are, and you have I think it is also because of the meditation, which gives so much free flow of the traffic in your brain. I can see it. I am appreciating that more than leaving the points.
And then only when it gets registered in the brain, then we can put it into practice, right? First, we have to understand,
Yes.
assimilate, and like digest it completely, and then put it into action.
Mhm. Yes, yes, absolutely. See, now when you attend this session, you're getting some insights. Now, when you read the book, you can easily grasp it, you know. If you read the first time the book, you might have understood few, but when we are discussing and sharing the question and answers, right, we'll get a lot of insights. And then again, when we read,
Yeah, true, true. Yeah.
I didn't see the PDF. Do we have a PDF of it? At least.
I can share it. Archana.
You shared it?
No, I can share it
Okay.
in the group, or I can share it.
Because I haven't bought the book yet. So I don't want to buy it and keep it. I'm taking already 2 books. So that's more than enough for me for my 1.5 months.
See, even one of the thing in the placebo also it's there, right? So some people they actually went and learned piano or any musical instrument, and other group they were just rehearsing that they are learning piano, their hands they're playing the tunes and all.
Yeah.
But when both came, they showed the same, when they actually did that after the practice and all, when they actually came and played, both the groups showed the same improvement. That's what here author is telling. So to from learning to when you want to go to being, the feeling and learning is important, the thought and feeling.
Yeah.
But you need to do physical practice. Mental practice itself will help you.
Physical.
That's what when you do meditation and mental practice, right? Easily you can go to the being instead of physical practice.
Yeah.
The shortcut, you can easily go with the shortcut. But to
Yeah.
do that, initially you need to practice, you need to feel that actually you are playing the
Yeah. The feeling. Yes.
feeling
The inspiration should come from within.
yes.
That is what going to
Initially,
drag you.
take some practice, but once you know that, you can apply in each and everything. The
Yeah.
process is same, but once you know how to feel and think, then each and everything you can apply the same. So
Yeah. That's very nice, interesting observation.
yes.
Even that you can say it for the whole book. Once you are into it, that will take you, because otherwise it's hard. I was thinking, how do you go home now and just start writing for tomorrow again? So this is really like a nice flow formed, and you have the passion, emotionally, you have the connection to it. So it takes you with your practice.
Yes.
Awesome. Very nice. I wish I should. I'm going to put that as my intention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah. Wonderful. So yeah, we'll end the session. Then we'll see you all tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Raji, whenever possible, yeah, please do join from India.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. I'm going to